I'm like, this is not like I never existed and all, you know. Like I actually attended like probably a lot of events in my life, proving or establishing the fact that I am Brandon Mackey and I existed like as a person in this place like for a long time and all. Like hey, you registered for school and shit, right? You know, they may have like a special event that you attended, and then like you have proof of such that like you go to these events like since you're a boy and all, or you have like a photo ID that you may have registered with and all, being Brandon Mackey, right? Yeah, it's me. Yeah, you have to prove that you're Brandon in order to get things like this, right? You know, Brandon never existed. Like, you know, photo ID here. You know, they got surveillance of Brandon Mackey using these places at places like stores and all if he had money on it. Like, he doesn't, he's a broke dude, you know? Right. And that account is inactive. But I have records that I used this account. Right. That I exist for a long ass time. Or hey, you can have like 1,000 of these things. Medical records of Brandon Mackey. Or shit like this. You know? I'm registering for that. I, Brandon Mackey, would like to use these things. But it's not like Brandon Mackey throughout his life has like never did anything to like prove that he fucking exists. This Brandon Mackey. Like Brandon Mackey was never a Boy Scout or a Cub Scout. Invested actual years in this shit. Registering as Brandon Mackey as being a part of these things, or Brandon Mackey never attended public schooling or something, you know, registering that he's Brandon Mackey, like this guy here, Brandon Mackey, this is like established the fact that he exists, and then he's like registered with things and all, or Brandon Mackey doesn't have like an SSN, or birth certificate, or like medical records and shit, right? No, it's impossible. Like if somebody wanted to replace Brandon Mackey, they can do it fucking easily, right? And like throughout Brandon Mackey's life, he could have gave like 5 public speeches. Not like famous speeches, but like speeches like at random events or something. Like with Boy Scouts or middle school or high school, or at like a group meeting or a seminar or something. Like a small seminar, not like a conventional seminar type of thing. You know, like yeah, Brandon Mackey never did anything in his life to fucking exist. You know, because he don't exist, right? I'm like, yeah. Like, somebody ever had the idea of, like, replacing Brandon Mackey, because, like, somebody can, like, become Brandon Mackey suddenly, like, whoever else is Brandon Mackey is unnoticeable or some shit, you know? Like, who's this guy on surveillance using his fucking bank card that is now not active, which has his face on it to prove that he's Brandon Mackey using his bank card and shit, on camera using this card with his face on it, as Brandon Mackey, suddenly pretending he's Brandon Mackey when he isn't, type of shit, right? Like, hey, I'd like to confirm that I am Brandon Mackey and I've registered to go to this area here. Like I purchased this with this card, which is also like a form of ID to confirm that's me, Brandon Mackey, who have to register, thus producing some type of like record ID thing. I start wanting to do this or that or whatnot, you know? I don't know. You know, what do I... Like, I'm so easily replaceable. It's not like I never established my identity throughout the active 20 years of my life, you know? It's like the first 2 years of your life, you're like a little fucking... Like the moment a kid turns 3, they're probably, like, socially active. Right? Right? Like, we have to register your name, face, fingerprint, SSN, and etc. with several factions and organizations and shit. And you probably did that alone yourself throughout your fucking life. Wow. Especially if you're an adult and all. It's like you literally never invested the time being you, or me, Brandon Mackey. Shit. Hey Brandon Mackey, you're in pre-K as Brandon. Pictures are taken even as of you in this time and such. Like you know, even in school and being in pre-K. Wow. Hi Brandon Mackey, me. Now you're in fucking kindergarten. Wow. Yeah, you have to register for this shit too. Like, you have to establish that you fucking exist and that your identity belongs to you and all, right? Hi, Brandon Mackey. Now you're in elementary school. Hey, you know, you can have like an HBO special on this time around. You know, like filming you as a kid and all. Hey, what is your name? My name's Brandon. Or, hey, Brandon, you're gonna be documented or something. Excuse me, I just farted. Farted again. Excuse me, Brandon Mackey's just fucking farted. Hi, Brandon Mackey. Now you just registered for Boy Scouts of America. You're a Cub Scout. Your first year in. Like, you're gonna be taking a lot of fucking pictures with these guys that you fucking exist and all throughout the remainder, like, years that you invest in this organization and all. Like, of being Brandon Mackey, who's like a Boy Scout, a Cub Scout. Started out as a Cub Scout. Like, you start out like 4 or 3 years being a Cub Scout, and then like 5 years more as being a Boy Scout or something, right? I don't know, or more, like 6 years. Who knows? Being Brandon Mackey, being in the BSA. Oh, like Brandon Mackey is taking tons of pictures with that fucking organization. Like, who's that guy in that picture? With these people who are Boy Scouts or Boy Scouts officials or something. Hey, that's Brandon Mackey. Well, he actually exists. Like, wow, he established the fact that he's like a human being who has an identity, who fucking exists and all. Cause like, he's proven his fucking existence throughout the history of his life as the already fucking existing and being Brandon Mackey, right? Like, the order to do anything in life, you have to prove that you are who you are and shit, right? You have to use your identity to prove that you're you to join shit, like the BSA, to get enrolled in schooling and shit. Now you're in middle school. School pictures, school events. We're applying for BSA since now you're a preteen, because like now you have to like register for a different faction of the Boy Scouts of America. You know, you're no longer a Cub Scout, right? You're a Boy Scout. Yeah. Like, Brandon Mackey has a shitload of fucking medical records since like childhood to now. You know, I probably have like a library, not an encyclopedia, but libraries of fucking medical records and all. Being Brandon Mackey, having medical records. Yeah. Like, yeah, you know, Brandon Mackey never gave speeches in his life. You know, like not famous speeches, of course. Like say if he attended like fucking events or something. Like he never gave probably like 5 or more speeches in his fucking life, in his entire life, in front of public or people. That's Brandon Mackey, like Boy Scouts of America, or middle school, or high school, a group meeting, another meeting and shit, etc., you know? Or, hi, I'm Brandon Mackey. I would like to give a speech about my scout leader at a formal dinner event that I could have attended, because I've probably been to tons of these fucking things with this organization and all. Like, hi, his scout leader's so fucking great. I, Brandon Mackey, I'd like to fucking state that. Yeah, I gave a fucking speech about my scout leader to a public person established that I am Brandon Mackey and this is the awesome guy sort of thing. That never happened in my life, right? No? Yes? Like, that's one of the 5 Brandon Mackey speeches, publicly or something. Or let me embarrass myself in front of like 1,000 people at an auditorium or something, you know? Like, hi everyone, I'd like to be like do some introductory shit for an event or something, you know? It's lame, but you know, me doing it, I established the fact that I'm Brandon or something, and I'm doing something lame, but I did it as Brandon, yes. Now you're registered in high school as Brandon Mackey, getting your photo ID, high school photo ID as Brandon Mackey, using your SSN, birth certificate, medical records, and prior school records in order to do this, right? Because that's the only way you can register or enroll in stuff like this and shit, right? Yes, you have to prove that you're you. Stated earlier, like some guy named Brandon Mackey, me, probably attended events as Brandon Mackey, right? Yeah. Whew. Wow. Like, you, Brandon Mackey, me, you've been established your identity as to being Brandon Mackey within public surveillance, even. Brandon Mackey has then used his identification, etc., to confirm that he's Brandon Mackey, using his actual Brandon Mackey stuff to purchase whatever, to go to this place and that place, with other stuff pertaining registered Brandon Mackey as to doing stuff. But it is possible to have, like, Brandon Mackey to be like a victim of identity theft, though. Especially, like, with crimes or something, right? Like, Brandon Mackey could have had his identity stolen with someone else, being all faceless, using his stolen or missing high school IDs at a crime scene or something. That's a possibility. Like, shit like that never happens. The people are never framed. Right. I guess. I was being sarcastic, though. Because, like, how easy is it to, like, steal something like these? You know, like, they're small, they're very light and portable. Like, what if some other person get a hold of them and then, like, do stuff and leave him at a scene and all? Like, you know, has Brandon Mackey then been framed? Throughout my life as Brandon Mackey, I have a history, like, especially through my current adult life, I have a history of generating several IDs and all, you know, like a DMV, MVA ID, a bank card with a photo ID picture on it, and medical IDs, and etc. You know, like, yeah, Brandon Mackey even established records with the U.S. government of his existence, being monitored personally by the military surveillance, and like being in their custody for accidentally trespassing on their premises without knowing that he was trespassing. He accidentally did it, you know? He didn't mean it. He didn't know that was like a fucking military thing there or something. Noting that this person is Brandon Mackey, right? Like, who are you? Why are you here? Like, I'm Brandon. I didn't know this was a fucking military area. Like, you're being detained for 6 hours until you confirm that you're Brandon Mackey. Okay, you're confirmed that you're Brandon Mackey. Show up this fucking court date of the fucking military court. That's Brandon Mackey. The military is fucking serious. You trespassed it, person, you know? Like, Brandon Mackey had jury duty before, confirming he's Brandon Mackey. Dismissed early before assigned to a case. Because Brandon Mackey went, because if he missed jury duty, they'd try to arrest him for not going to jury duty. They'd arrest Brandon Mackey for not attending jury duty, right? I believe that's like your mandate is to go into places like this. You've been summoned. You have to come, or if not, you'll be fucking fined and arrested. Like, oh shit, I have to go to jury duty. That's Brandon Mackey, because that's me. I am Brandon Mackey. Brandon Mackey was once a defendant for a case that was below a misdemeanor, not nowhere near felonious. It was like a prank gone wrong. Prior to that event of that case, Brandon Mackey was arrested and profiled and registered with his fingerprints, as well as gotten his photo ID'd and all by like a police precinct or something, right? Like central booking. Brandon Mackey has established a record down there with his misdemeanor prank of a crime, which is nowhere near a felony or not. It's just below misdemeanor type of shit, right? On a separate note, Brandon Mackey was also a defendant in the military court, like for accidentally trespassing on that premises without knowing, you know? Like, now you're sent to military court. This is a separate court to the other misdemeanor prank shit, you know? Like, you shouldn't have been arrested for, but you were, and you established a fucking record, and established a record with us. Yeah! Brandon Mackey was a plaintiff for being assaulted one night, with pictures as proof, also medical records, right? In a court case. With the non-felonious record of Brandon Mackey, that thing that was like not even a misdemeanor, way below that, he had to fucking do community service. Brandon Mackey actually completed his community service sentencing and all, right? You know? Like, Brandon Mackey completed his sentencing of community service, confirming he's Brandon Mackey. You know?